What's up, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome back to my 2K16 Let's Play MyCareer Ebenezer's Revenge. We are in the 80s here in these episodes, and it's kind of insane. Gonna fight Stardust. The Authority goal is to lose to Stardust. That's not gonna happen, so we're gonna continue to be unfavorable with the Authority as they give us these bullshit goals and tell us to lose. Not gonna happen. We're not doing the job. We don't lay down for anybody. Currently still tag teaming with Big Show on this fine Thursday morning, afternoon, etc., etc. So let's get into this Raw and fight Stardust. And discuss the goings-on. Obviously, the big news is still this Titus O'Neil suspension, which apparently has been reduced to 60 days and not 90 days. But that still puts him out past Mania. So he's not going to get that sweet Mania payday, which is a damn shame for him, I suppose. And yeah, so kind of just a bunch of discussion going around that topic in the past 24 hours or so. I'd seen that apparently. Hey, my tag team partner. We're Team Cheeseburger. Yep, come on down. 2 bro kicks. I had seen that apparently Batista gave him a call and said, yeah, just ask for your release. And I'm like, that's easy for Batista to say, considering he's doing movies now and doesn't need the wrestling business to support a family. Whereas I think Titus has like 5 kids, something like that. Like, he's got mouths to feed. So just up and leaving over this suspension would be incredibly short-sighted. Now, it could end up being a Paul London situation where he didn't immediately get fired from smiling on Raw that one time, but he got put into the doghouse and eventually got let go a few months later. But that was the beginning of the end for him, because Vince wants it serious, goddammit. And yeah, apparently there are some guys who've been kind of towing the line with the shenanigans and the goofing off, and Vince wants everything very professional. So that's kind of... making an example out of Titus was the line that I had heard, which I guess makes some sense. I don't know. The whole thing's just very weird. But yeah, like that I don't know. It's the kind of thing where they could have ignored it, or they could have handled it in a more private manner, and it wouldn't have gotten national news like it did. So that was interesting, and they had to be like, no, it's not racism. It's not racism. And like, I never thought it was. Like, I don't know who brought that up. I don't know who said that was racist. It could have been Jack Swagger doing the same goddamn thing, and Vince would have had the same goddamn reaction. Now, had it been Roman Reigns or John Cena or Brock Lesnar doing the exact same thing, they would not have been suspended past WrestleMania, because they need those motherfuckers for WrestleMania. That would have never happened. There are so many guys higher on the card who could have gotten away with that because of who they are. But Titus O'Neil, not one of those guys. He's much lower on the card, so they can kind of suspend him, and he can miss Mania, and it can not be a big deal, I suppose. But he's been an ambassador as of late, so that kind of does hurt that standing a little bit. And Stardust here just running roughshod on me. Cody Rhodes. What else? That was something else. So yeah, we still don't have an opponent for The Undertaker at WrestleMania. And that's kind of a problem, considering that it's like 2 weeks to Fastlane here. So you would think that you would have somebody lined up, because supposedly Taker's going to be at Fastlane. So I guess set that shit up. Boom. But that hasn't happened yet. And we know it's not going to be Braun Strowman, because apparently they've nixed that idea, because there was too much backlash for like, what the fuck, Braun Strowman? I heard that Kevin Owens was pushing for that spot to fight Taker, and they shot that down. And that kind of goes back into my issue with the fact that they had a chance to really book Kevin Owens as a main event guy off the bat, And they kind of did. And then they just dropped the fucking ball with it, as they always do. Like, they complain so much that they want to build new stars. And when they are given the opportunity to build... Fucking goddamn it! When they have the opportunity to actually build somebody, they have them beat John Cena once and then lose to him every other time. How does that build anybody? This 50-50 booking, and obviously with Cena, you always come out on the losing end of a feud because it's John Cena. But how does that help anybody? At this stage of Cena's career, what does he really have to lose from losing a feud? Seriously. Merchandise sales? Who gives a shit? The dude's a multi-millionaire. He's not going to ever need money again. And he has his budding acting career. Like, I don't know, it's... Had you had... busted open. Had you had Kevin Owens go over John Cena in that feud, then certainly it would have been believable for him to go after Taker. If he's beaten Cena, then surely he could beat Taker, right? Like, that is a believable thing in I would say in most fans' eyes, but that's not what they did. They had him beat Cena once, that can be considered a fluke or whatever it was, and then in every subsequent fight with Cena, Insaguri, he won the match. So, what good does that do anybody on any level when you're complaining that, oh, these guys are getting hurt now, we don't have anybody. You don't have anybody because you didn't fucking build anybody. You just put over the established talent, and you don't actually make any real effort to build guys. Like, it's this start and stop 50-50 booking is killing everybody. And you wonder why you're going to have problems filling up a stadium of 100,000 at WrestleMania. So, apparently we're not going to see Kevin Owens and Taker at Mania, which begs the question, who in the hell is Taker fighting at Mania? I feel like at this point you could give him the year off and just not have a Mania match with him. Just skip Mania, because who else is he going to fight? Like, everyone's either injured. Like, you're not going to get Cena back. As much as they want Cena back, as much as they're, like, hoping and praying that Cena does his Super Cena healing power, X-Men, Wolverine shit, it's not going to happen. And I'll be more than happy to say that I'm wrong if it does happen. But he had that surgery pretty recently, and he was supposed to be out for, what, like 4 to 7 months or something like that? So I just don't see him making it back for Mania, which is in, like, 5 weeks now, or 6 weeks. It just seems insane. Oh no, it's the Ryback. Is he on these, is he in these rankings? I keep forgetting who's in these rankings. Yes, he is. He is underneath me, so that's kind of inconsequential. And our authority goal for this thing is to get my opponent's body health into the red. Whatever. Whatever. So yeah, I mean, it just ends up being the same issue over and over again, is that you don't know who he's going to fight because you don't have anybody built up big enough that will be believable for him to fight. And I would like to think that Taker's not going to skip Mania in his home state, but realistically, who on the card is going to be healthy enough? You can't do Randy Orton, he's out. You can't do John Cena, he's out. They wouldn't do Brock again. They finished that Brock thing. This is the last time at Hell in a Cell. That's it. We're done. So Spinebuster. I don't know who else who is even on that upper level who's already not in a feud. Like, obviously Reigns is going to be fighting Triple H. So I don't know, like Ambrose? Like, I don't know who else you have to fight Taker. I mean, I guess you could do Ambrose. But even then, like, Ambrose, at the moment is the IC champion. So is he still going to be the IC champion? Like, he's obviously not defending it at Fastlane because he's in that match at Fastlane. Now, theoretically, he could lose it in between now and Fastlane. I don't think he will. But that could happen. That is a plausible course of events. But yeah, so I don't know what they think they're doing with any of these guys, and it is very frustrating to have talent on that roster that is underutilized and the 50-50 booking is not helping situations whatsoever. Prime example, Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens right now is like, is that really actually helping anybody just to have these matches week after week? I don't think it is. And there's no title on the line for any of it, so like, what the hell's the point? I don't really see the point, to be honest. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. What else? There was another Braun Strowman news story about how like he's not going to fight Taker at Mania, but they want to eventually get him into a world title feud with, you know, obviously Roman Reigns going to win that belt at Mania. Whether or not the crowd boos the shit out of him remains to be seen, but that seems pretty likely that he's going to get that belt off Triple H at Mania. So, if they set up for a Braun Strowman feud with him at some point as a big monster, whatever, that's going to be terrible. Now, supposedly, Braun Strowman is better than we think he is because he's been, you know, training hard and learning and whatever else. And they're going to showcase that at WrestleMania. Against who? Fucking who knows. I'm really getting tired of that. So, who is the question he's going to fight at Mania? And, like, nobody knows. So, that's another unknown. And I've heard that they want to have him fight Brock at SummerSlam. But considering that their interactions between Brock and Strowman in the Rumble, probably a bad idea. Like, the dude didn't know how to sell for Brock. Like, Brock had to hit him for real. What the fuck? Hey, guy in the first row. Eat it. Come on, Ryback. There you go. He's got his comeback. Uh-oh. Tilt-a-whirl. Oh, now he's dancing around. You think you are, Brock Lesnar? Come on now. Nope. Not today, too fast. Very impressive. Alright. So I think tomorrow, in the interest of changing things up a little bit, I think tomorrow I'm gonna put the game on hard and see how it goes. I didn't want to do it against guys who are actually in the rankings because, you know, the possibility of losing and then losing my, like, I just went up a rank, so the possibility of losing that is annoying when I'm trying to get up to that world title. Bookend. But certainly tomorrow, that could be an interesting distraction. And another, yeah, it's getting it's getting a bit too routine up in here. 80-something episodes deep. It's getting a bit too routine, so we're going to change it up tomorrow and put it on hard for Friday. But not quite there yet. But that will be tomorrow, because that's going to wrap it up for today here in this 2K16 Let's Play My Career. Oh, speaking of The Undertaker, okay, that would be to appropriately put that on hard to fight Taker on hard tomorrow. So look forward to that shit tomorrow. That'll be fun. But as we roll in here towards Night of Champions, etc., and we'll see how it goes. So until then, until next time, I'm Attack Slug, and I'll see you next time. And every day for more videos right here on this channel. And I'm out.